So one of the most common questions I get asked about Agile is, which project should I use Agile on and which should I not use Agile? So let me try and help you with an illustration. So 4 years ago, I decided I wanted a garden house for my kids in the garden. So I went online, I decided what I wanted, I ordered it, and 2 weeks later it arrived in a flat pack. So in that flat pack, I had all the bits that I needed, so I knew what all the inputs were. In fact, I laid them out on the lawn before I started. I knew what the output was going to be because I could see the picture on the box. In fact, I'd seen the picture on the website, which is why I bought that house. And I also knew the exact process I needed to follow. How? Because they'd given me a helpful set of instructions. But that's not always the case with the projects we have to do. So if we consider a bespoke research project, for example, then right at the beginning, when you're starting, do you really know what all the inputs are? Do you know every single question, down to the nuance of the grammar and the spelling and getting that right? And the truth is, no, you don't really know that. You've got a vague idea, but you don't know exactly. Truth is also, do you know exactly what that report's going to look like down to every graph and exactly what comments are going to be made and what your conclusions are going to be? Well, I'd hope not, because it negates the reason for doing the research. And thirdly, do you know the exact process you're going to follow, or are you going to have to roll with what you find out on the journey as you respond to what the clients want and what you find out? And the truth is, you often have to respond to that as you go. So you don't really know that, and you don't really know that, and you don't really know that, which begs the question, why would you use the very same process you use for a garden house, which is waterfall, to do things where it may not be the best approach? And these are the areas I think where Agile plays the best role, when you're uncertain about inputs, outputs and process. Or put another way, when I'm looking at the projects that I think lend themselves to Agile, I'm really thinking about 4 different areas. So the first is, how many people have we got involved? How important is it to respond to what the client or the customer is saying along the journey? How long is your project? Is it like days or is it months? And then how complex or how creative are you going to have to be to get to a successful outcome? And where the answers to these are on the high side, it really lends itself to Agile, and when it's on the low side, then perhaps you'd be better off using waterfall as a methodology.